I think this cruise will be a nice little consolation.
All I'm saying is if I got picked for the punishments, I better get picked for the rewards.
That's fair.
So obviously you've been go, 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 but what's been the most surprising thing you guys have learned just being outside the house?
So that people recognize us. We went to Disneyland yesterday and it was just, the fans are so excited. And I remember feeling that way about other people that I've seen before. And even when I was a title holder, it's different when you have something physically across your chest announcing who you are. I was just in some sunglasses and some denim shorts, hanging out with my friends, and people just, it made their day just to even say hi to both of us. So it's really cool to get to put that type of smile on someone's face.
Yeah, it's so sweet. Like the second we opened the Uber, people will recognize us and just show a lot of love and support, and they'll be like hesitant, and I'm so happy and willing to engage with them. So it's so funny saying like, do you mind? Of course I don't mind.
Please
like
come.
I actually love it. Like it especially, you know, being in the house, we weren't interacting with much. Obviously sometimes it's like overstimulating, but yeah, I do love being around all the people and everything, and all the love and support is always appreciated.
Yeah, if there's any future house guests leaving the house, especially if you make final 3, maybe don't go to an amusement park 2 days after. It's just lights and people and sounds, and you're gonna get on a roller coaster and you're like gonna shake when you walk off, but it's fine. I decided to go with the fire first.
The rides will remind you of comps, so
they will.
So, they're not really that enjoyable.
You're looking up that you're about to load the ride, whatever, get on the ride, and you're like, I have to win this veto. I really need this HOH to get my safety for the week.
And her competitive nature, every time it was a game or something that like required some point of a score component, obviously I lost. She doesn't let it go. Like, come on, Joseph. I'm like, relax, let it go.
This top. You gotta win this.
I don't need it.
Well, she won the game, you didn't, so I guess it.
Yeah, that's why I know. I was like, I might as well start taking the advice.
So I have to ask, because fans are obviously rooting for you guys to be together, but that has to be a lot of pressure. You just got out of the house, you're just like getting to know each other. But what, I guess, is that a lot of pressure, and how has it been just spending time together, like without cameras and all that?
You want to answer?
Yeah, well, we spent a lot of time apart, like literal weeks apart. And in those weeks, I had a lot of people messing with my head, trying to make me doubt any friendship, relationship with Joseph. And I'm still trying to work through that. And then there's just the nature of being in the game for so long and being separated from the people that can support you and love you. So walking out, I need to make sure that I'm taking care of myself first and that I have my own stability, my own head on straight. I don't want to be too dependent on Joseph to help me through that. He's literally the best support system ever. Everybody saw that in the game, and getting it back is the best thing in the world. But I don't want to jump into a relationship almost trauma bonding with someone. I just want to make sure that I have my head straight, he's good, and then we can really work on exploring. But the fans, these fans are hilarious. Like, we literally will be sitting next to each other, wasting hours away, cracking up at these tweets. It's so funny because we love clowning each other, clearly, and these fans will clown the hell out of us too. Like, it's the best thing ever. So we're having fun. We're getting to make sure we're taking care of ourselves, but yeah, I'm not gonna let go of Joseph anytime soon.
Yeah, and absolutely, like what Taylor said, you know, there was just so much for both of us to process. We've been away from each other for so long, and kind of getting the full picture even till today as we start to talk and piece things together, we're still kind of seeing how things played out and why they played out the way they did. So we are truly just taking everything day by day. We do just naturally love and enjoy each other's company. So we won't allow any pressure or anything to force something, but at the same time, you know, this is just like how it naturally occurs, and we're just going day by day and like enjoying things and getting a full picture, decompressing the whole situation. And, you know, it's been such a unique and great experience, but regardless, you know, we still have each other.
Yeah, I mean, it's only been a couple of days. There's so much you guys have to process. So I think you're doing a good job. I saw that you watched the episode last night. Have you guys been able to talk game, or you're like, let's not even bother with that right now. Let's just like chill?
You know, it's funny you say that. We'll have a normal conversation, and we're used to busy houses, so we're still used to lowering our voices sometimes, or talking about something so simple like, yeah, I gotta go upstairs and like make a sandwich, and then I'm gonna do this. But we are planning, like we are strategizing to execute a plan in the house. I think we even said, yeah, I feel like I'm talking game. I'm just talking about a normal routine that we have to do. So,
oh my God.
As far as episodes and things like that, you know, there's a lot. there's a lot that happened with me. There's a lot that happened with Joseph this season, this summer. And I think what's most important for me is making sure that I'm digesting it all in a way that's manageable for me. And right now I just kind of want to bask in the fact that I just won $800,000 and the fact that I can have unlimited sunlight and go for walks around the block. So what's really most important is just taking it easy. I don't want to have this time demolished, honestly. So it was nice to share that time and see everybody and just relive those opening moments. But I think just when I decided that we're just gonna work our way through the season, it's always interesting when we start comparing notes about what happened. I know a lot of people are scared for us to start comparing notes.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Joseph. Sorry.
Yes, I was gonna say, like, we really don't talk much about the game when we're together. There's always something chaotic or something hilarious that we're talking about. Usually when we do reference the game, it's just about something funny, or do you remember this time, or do you remember that? So I think coming out of the house, there's a lot of decompression to be made, and there's a lot of things to possibly, be informed about and get addressed as well. But as of now, we're just, it's been a while since we've seen each other. So we're just, using humor and like a good time and good energy to get through. But I'm sure eventually, like, we'll get through everything and see what the full picture from the game standpoint. But being out of the house, it's been 2-3 days now? It feels like one long day since no one's sleeping. But
you have time. You have plenty of time.
Yeah, and that's the thing. We have the time, and I told her this before, like, this time, like, I'm not going to disappear to the yard. And, I won't disappear to the yard, and we do have that luxury, so there's no reason to rush it. There's no reason to overload or overstimulate. Let's just take it slow, especially, for Taylor, who's, like, she was in the house longer. She won. She had a lot more that she was facing with. So a slow and steady pace is, like, how we're kind of going with this.
Did you find the thing that Taylor left in your bag? People want to know.
What
Taylor, does he know?
It's funny. Is that
so I gave you the Skin and Fancy, or like, there was like a foam pick that said Skin and Fancy on it that I took up.
No.
That was given to me from the guitar.
Oh no, I never got a pick.
Okay, so there were some things, they had words on them. Like, okay, around Kyle and Alyssa would open up the chocolate bars and they had the Romeo and Juliet poem or different type of love poems on.
Yes.
So I put I feel like such a simp. I opened up one of the chocolate bars and I put the Romeo and Juliet poem in your bag.
What?
Because you never got it?
No, they even took my blanket from Dyer.
Wait, yeah, they put your blanket. So I could have kept your blanket?
Yeah, I couldn't keep it. That wasn't in there. Like, when I opened my luggage, they were like, wait, what is that doing there? And they took it. I didn't know you.
What?
What's funny is I kept asking in the jury house who packed my luggage, and I think they told me Monty, and I was like, God damn.
I got called to the DR. It was literally like, hey, can one of you guys, whoever feels closest to Joseph, pack their luggage? And I started tearing up and immediately was like, Taylor, please come to the diner.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God, no, I never knew that. Oh my.
So they loaded your bag in the storage room, and I was like, I came out of the diary room and your bag was still in storage, and I was like, no, I need to find something to give him. And I just like ransacked my stuff. I was like, what can I give him? So yeah, it was the Skin Fancy pick and then Romeo and Juliet.
Oh my God, no, I never got that. The only thing that made it through was my Skid sleeping shirt. The gray one.
Wow.
And that's it. So that's the only thing I had. And I then thankfully I was like, okay, maybe they couldn't give gifts or presents, because when I pulled my blanket out, they were like, oh, I'm sorry, you can get this after. But no, I never got it.
They gave you that blanket. I don't know why.
I couldn't.
She left you something as a nice little,
Yeah, but
That's sad that you didn't get it.
Yeah, no, I never got it. Oh my God, what the heck?
Well, that's stupid because I really wanted to keep the Skin and Fancy pick. So now that's just that's a trinket that's not mine anymore.
Oh my God, no, I did never get that.
Now I'm mad.
And you can ask the jurors. I would always be like, who packed my luggage? Because I needed to know, in the house usually, and everyone was like, and it was so well organized and everything. And I was like, but there was nothing in there but my clothes. And I was like, I wonder. And they were like, Monty and I think Taylor helped a little bit too. But they're like, we're not too sure. But yeah, no, I never got to know. What the heck?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Or an item.
We'll find it. We'll have to find it.
Yeah.
Great.
Sorry, I know I don't have that much time with you guys. I wish I did. Are you staying in LA for a while, or because I know you guys live in different states, right?
Yeah, so I'm gonna be here for the next couple of weeks. I think maybe through next weekend or a little longer. There's a lot that I've got to do out here. The little press junkets and people that me playing out with, and if I can get a little more time with this one, I'm not complaining. So I'll be here, go home for a week, and then visit all my OG friends on the East Coast for some time after. And then I got a cruise that I got to go on. So
yeah, did you decide who you're taking?
I have an idea. I did have a London trip, and someone wanted to go on that with me. Then I don't know what happens to the London trip. So I think this cruise will be a nice little consolation.
All I'm saying is if I got picked for the punishments, I better get picked for the rewards.
That's fair.
That's fair. Joseph, I do want to ask you a quick game question because we heard that the jury roundtable, we didn't see this, but we heard that like they basically decided if Taylor got to the end that everyone would vote for her. Is that true? Because we just saw like you advocating for her and we didn't really, obviously they have to edit a certain way, but was that the case? And how much did you feel like you really had to push for Taylor? Because you really like went to bat for her.
Yes, I do think the other jurors, like at the round table, we were on that page too. You know, at the end of the day, everyone still wants to keep somewhat of an open mind. You know, the game can change. There's so many things to digest as a new juror comes in. But yeah, it was getting to the point unanimously. I saw some hilarious things about Michael and I lawyering and Josephing and yeah, those are those. I'm just gonna leave those. But yeah, you know, after everyone kind of shared their perspective and we went about like the things that happened in the house, you know, all of us offered unique, like, you know, you start to get a more full picture of what was going on. And as that slowly came together, juror by juror, you know, Taylor becoming the winner started to become more clear to each one of us. And, you know, some people more than others, but at the end of the day, I think for sure, like, a lot of the jurors kept an open mind for it. And then
she played her speech.
Oh yeah, no, when she was making her speech, I was like, there you go, girl. I was like, that was the nail in the coffin. I was like, we're good. I was like, this should be unanimous. Like, we're done here.
Even Turner was like, I just thought people were voting for, I was confused. So it could have been unanimous. He just voted the wrong way, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, no, he was lost. I do recall, like, it was just so overwhelming. And he was like, guys, what's going on? I'm like, wait. And first thing I did was hint. I was like, really, Turner? I was like, you put her up on because of me? And he was like, dude, I'm sorry. And like, so like, he didn't even get a chance to process. I haven't seen this kid in a while, and like he's sitting next to me. First thing I do is start like interrogating him. He's like so overwhelmed. He just didn't get picked. Like, and first thing I'm doing is interrogating him on the commercial break. Like, I was like, poor guy.
I have to ask because people want to know. You guys have been out of the house 3 days, so I'm sorry for asking this. But Amazing Race, would you ever consider it together?
I think this is clear. We've been talking about that on Big Brother.
You know, absolutely. Like, there would be nothing more fun but to like travel and take this all over the place. Like, it would be like, that was a dream come true.
Yeah,
we make that happen. Have to make that happen. What, obviously, Taylor, you went through a lot of adversity, and I feel like you guys got very close in the house. But what do you think it was about each other, your personalities, or just the way you laugh, or like what was it about each other that drew you, like made you have that connection?
He wanted to talk to me. No, there was just something about Joseph when I finally figured out his name was not Joshua. The first week.
Oh, yeah, I saw something about that. I was like, what?
So
but I got his name down now, promise. No, but there was just something really warm and inviting about Joseph. It was really, really hard that first few weeks, first few weeks in the house. I could not walk into a room without people just stopping a conversation, changing a conversation. I felt like my fate was sealed every single day, and my best friend was my bed, and I'm an introvert on top of all of that. So there are times where I felt like I was forced into a corner, and other times where I needed to be in a corner. Mm-hmm. But Joseph, no matter whether I was forced or needed to be in a corner, he would always just check on me and be like, hey, what's going on? And for someone to even care or feign like they could care, even a pinky amount about how I was doing, it was very, very difficult in that house. And Joseph was willing to be a friend to someone that everyone was painting out to be the most disgusting villain. And I just remember after Woodstack, that was my break. I just pulled Joseph into a room and I just said, I just need a friend. I don't even want to talk game, I just need a friend. And then this man had the audacity to still talk game in that conversation. I'm like, why are you talking game to me?
The point of the game at the end of it was I was letting her know, because she was so stressed out, that like, you know, this is kind of how I go out, almost like hopeless. I was trying to let her know in some aspect, like, just please stay hopeful, keep your hopes up, just wait. Like, you know, I've already knew how I was going to move at that point, and I couldn't, you know, tell her everything because I still don't want to overwhelm her, don't know where she stands, but I was trying to give her some form of hope, you know, as a human being and within Big Brother as the game. For me personally, one, I think Taylor's hilarious. So like, she's
at least someone got my humor.
She is an introvert, and so she does like to be alone. But when she would come out of her shell here and there, I was like, okay, you can't be funny and run away. Like, I love to laugh, so get back here. That for me, it was definitely humor. You know, for me personally, it's hard to like notice. I think I can definitely come off like I love to joke. And I have to, you know, sometimes just step back, let people have their space. So that was like a fine balance I was trying to navigate with her initially, because I wasn't too sure, you know, we're all strangers still trying to get to know each other. But definitely, I kind of saw Taylor a little bit right before we walked in. So like, she always stayed on my radar on that aspect. Cause I was like, I was like, goddamn. Like, so even in premiere night, when I walked in, the first thing, which I just like hours ago, maybe like find out I'm coming on the show, I'm like, oh, where'd that girl go? So like, and I see her immediately in the corner, and I was like, because she was doing the piercing, I was like, okay, well, I lost this competition for sure, because that girl's doing this. But yeah, as the weeks progressed, the more like I got to know her, the little like funny comments, like I was like, oh, okay, she's really cool. And then I think, you know, I always tried to give her like a welcoming, like, you know, I get like things are complicated. I was a little bit unaware of like the full aspects of everything. And I guess it's when you pulled me in the car room, that's kind of where I was like, all right, like I'm gonna be sticking with her.
Yeah, and stupid Dire Fest ruined everything, but it's okay.
For more news, content, and exclusive interviews, make sure to hit the sub, like, and bell button down below, and visit usmagazine.com.